This is a song I wrote called Bad Student Blues. Woke up today, threw my red shoes on, brewed a pot of coffee, just a toast and a yawn. Had a moment to breathe, so I sat on the lawn and enjoyed my Joe in the morning that was still stretching past dawn. As time flew by, I was almost late, so without any notice I ran out my gate, puffed down the hill, paid my fare, sat in my seat and saw a girl sitting there just writing and reading. Kinda reminded me of something I should be doing. Oh my gosh, could I be that dumb? Before I can explain, I had to start to run up the train, out the station, up the hill to my door. Mind you, I live up on the third floor. Sprinted up the stairs to my room, down the hall, and inside my homework was scattered all over the floor, just the way I left it. Scooped up my stuff, pulled it back outside, thinking my advisor is bound to say, why, oh why are you so late, my friend? Wondering if this habit will ever end. If something's due a certain time or date, that's the time I start to procrastinate. They say, man, you'd be late for your own funeral. I say, who wants to show up on time to that kind of stuff anyway? As I arrived, stepped through the door, bumped into a teacher from a class before. We said our hellos, tried to say my goodbyes. She had other plans and said, Eli, you know you've got some homework due. I said, yes ma'am, I'll be getting to that real soon. She raised an eyebrow, crossed her arms, and let out a big Focus now, man, got to get to your meeting. I was so late, we skipped the greeting. I sat down, he said, what's your excuse? Well, what do you want, a good story or the truth? He said, whichever would suit me fine. I started mixing up the two, and when I got going, he stopped me and said, boy, if you could tell time half as good as you tell stories, you'd be all right. I said, thank you. He fired off the things that I need to get done, explained that it's urgent, suggested I run first to Holmes, then to Hayden, back at one reserve. Surely then I'll get the answers that I deserve, and then you gotta come back here and sign something. I asked him why I couldn't sign it right now. He started ranting and raving that this is how things must be done in such a large institution. Now I understand why people start revolutions. There's no paperwork to fill out unless you win. Then you gotta come up with your own procedures. And so I stopped by almost every office in this educational metropolis, and just when I thought that I would go far, my next stop was the registrar. And if you don't know why I am scared, then boy, you better be prepared for your next trip to the registrar. The place is mighty bizarre. I'll spare the details and how I survived, just be happy to know I made it out alive, but I still had this itching suspicion that I was forgetting something else. So I went over my to-dos. Filled out the forms for financial aid, proved to the school that I passed first grade, got a job so I could pay my bills, bought some food so I could meet my fill, figured out how I can get a meal plan, turned in my homework, took out the trash cans, met with advisors and got the okay to conceivably, possibly graduate, just as long as I pass all of my classes. Holy moly, I'm late for class.